Even though Honda is responsible for the first hybrid passenger car sold in the US, it's Toyota that gets all the credit. The Prius has been so successful that many simply equate the word hybrid with the Toyota Prius. The completely new 2009 Honda Insight is the first hybrid challenger that seems poised to give Toyota a run for their fuel-sipping money. Although the two cars look almost identical, they're surprisingly different. For example, the Insight takes a simpler approach mechanically. The all-new Insight combines an updated version of Honda's integrated motor assist hybrid system with a 1.3-liter inline four-cylinder engine. The powertrain produces a combined output of 98 horsepower, and it routes that power through a CVT transmission. It's a more basic system than the Prius, and that ultimately helps keep the Insight's price down. Even with similar equipment, the Insight is thousands of dollars less than the Prius. The Insight is also more straightforward in another way. It uses a more traditional dash layout.
Inside the Insight, you don't have these constant reminders that you're driving a hybrid. It feels more traditional, the cockpit is laid out in a very familiar way. The controls are more logical in the Insight than they are in the Prius. For example, the heating and ventilation controls are separate from other functions, whereas in the Prius, all of those are integrated into one multifunction display, and it's a little bit more difficult to use than the Insight.
The Insight also has a more natural driving position with lots of adjustments.
One of the things I really like about the Insight is the seating position. The seat's height adjustable, so I can get down where I want to be. The steering wheel is telescopic, I can pull it out to meet me, so I'm very comfortable here behind the wheel.
With the Prius, there are no conventional gauges, and instead the vehicle's speed and other information peek out from a narrow slot at the base of the windshield. Even the gear selector is unusual. Different isn't always better. But the Toyota Prius does offer slightly better performance with 12 more horsepower than the Insight. Still, neither car is especially quick, but the Prius gets from 0 to 60 half a second quicker than the Honda Insight. The Prius also gets to the slalom quicker, although the electric steering is anything but responsive. By comparison, the Insight steering is quicker and more naturally weighted. The Honda simply feels more alive and alert. The compromise comes in the real world, where the Honda Insight has a busier highway ride. Of course, to many, the only thing that really matters with cars like these is fuel economy. On our 100-mile driving loop, we found that the Prius barely beat the Honda by getting 54.4 miles per gallon. The Insight gets 51.5 miles per gallon. Both numbers are better than EPA estimates. But factor in the Prius's high sticker price, and it would take more than 400,000 miles of driving to make your money back, even if gas shoots up to $5 a gallon. Extra cash in your pocket is only part of the reason that the Honda Insight wins in this comparison. A more normal interior layout and comfortable driving position are also important. It was Honda that kicked off the current trend toward hybrid passenger cars, but it never really got the credit it deserved. Thanks to the 2009 Honda Insight, all that's about to change.